Hello, welcome to the Mark Janad Show, the cybersecurity show. So it seems like Donald Trump has some beef with the FCC. So in this video, I'm going to break down what his beef is and if it could be the end of ham radio and ham radio licenses. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We're going dark. So President Trump's administration has launched a significant deregulation initiative targeting the Federal Communications Commission, also known as the FCC. So, Trump issued an executive order titled Ensuring Lawful Governance and Implementing the President's Department of Government Efficiency Deregulatory Initiative. That's a long one. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section below, the name of it, right? So it mandates that independent agencies, including the FCC, conduct a comprehensive review of their existing regulations. So in response to the executive order, the FCC Chairman Brendan Carr issued a public notice this month titled Delete, seeking public comment on identifying FCC rules for the purpose of alleviating unnecessary regulatory burdens. So this initiative aims to fulfill Trump's deregulation agenda by potentially eliminating or modifying existing FCC regulations. So here are the key aspects of this deregulation effort. Now you have the regulatory review. So the FCC is required to identify regulations that may be unconstitutional, exceed statutory authority, impose significant costs without commensurate benefits, or impede technological innovation and economic development. Next is the public input. The FCC is seeking comments from the public on which rules should be repealed, or repealed or modified, along with rationalized, for these recommendations. We have the alignment with Trump's agenda. So Chairman Carr, who has been aligned with the Trump administration from the outset, is expected to adhere to the president's priorities in practice. Now, here are some potential impacts, and we're going to get a little bit more into that. So the deregulation initiative could affect various areas of FCC oversight, including digital equity, infrastructure deployment, and media company regulation. So, however, it's worth noting that some critics argue that this approach may not necessarily result in true deregulation. Wink, 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 wink. Instead, it could lead to heavy-handed regulation aimed at achieving specific political goals, such as influencing media company editorial decisions and diversify, initiatives, right? So here are some of the main criticisms of the Trump's deregulation policies at the, FCC. So the main criticisms of Trump's deregulation is the heavy-handed regulation, right? Disguised as deregulation. So critics argue that instead of true deregulation, the FCC under Trump is actually implementing heavy-handed regulation to achieve specific political goals. They also think that there's a micromanagement of corporate decisions, right? The FCC has been accused of intruding into corporate values and editorial decisions, which is not market-friendly as promised. We have the coercive investigation techniques. So the FCC chairman has been criticized for using coercive investigation techniques to achieve political goals without formal commission votes or judicial review. We have the targeting of diversity and inclusion initiative. So the FCC has taken action to end its own promotion of diversity, equity, and inclusion DEI programs, which has been seen as a step backward in creating equal opportunities. We have the lack of transparency. So the chairman's unilateral actions have been criticized for lacking procedural transparency and bypassing the agency's established investigatory processes. We have the judicial setbacks. So many of Trump's deregulatory efforts have faced challenges in court, with judges often ruling against the administration due to procedural shortcomings. We have exaggerated claims of deregulation. So studies have shown that the Trump administration has actually done less deregulation than regulating, and its deregulatory actions have not achieved any demonstrable, boost to economy, We have the potential for increased litigation. So the rescission of modification of regulations could lead to increased litigation, adding to uncertainty of the regulatory landscape. And then, there are going to be some legal challenges that are going to be faced with Trump's FCC deregulation efforts. One of the things that, he's most likely going to have to face is judicial rejections, right? The Trump administration had basically they had a low success rate in defending its regulatory and deregulatory actions in court. One analysis had, only 22% of challenge actions survived legal scrutiny, with many struck down due to inadequate justifications or failure to comply with the statutory requirements. There's the challenges to net neutrality rollbacks. So the FCC's rollback of net neutrality rules under Trump's first term faced significant legal opposition. Although the Sixth Circuit struck down Biden-era net neutrality rules in early 2025, the rollback itself was a focal point of legal disputes during Trump's earlier term. And then there's the contentious use of Section 230. So the efforts by FCC Chairman Brendan Carr to reinterpret Section 230 of the Communications Act aimed at limiting online platforms' editorial immunity were seen as exceeding the FCC's statutory authority. So these proposals face criticism for lacking clear statutory backing and risked judicial invalidation in formally, enacted. And lastly, we have the digital discrimination rules. So the FCC rules aimed at combating digital discrimination were challenged in federal courts by business groups and other stakeholders. These cases highlighted ongoing disputes over the agency's authority to regulate equitable internet access. So that's what I have here today. Please take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button and the like button. Again, if you got value from this video, you want more like it, and you were educated and entertained, hit that subscribe button and the like button. Also, let me know your opinion in the comment section below. See you in the next video.